Iran's Sukhoi Su-22 fleet, a vestige of Soviet military engineering, stands as a testament to the country's resourcefulness in maintaining an aging air force amid stringent international sanctions and regional tensions. This fighter bomber, originally designed for close air support and ground attack missions, entered Iranian service not through conventional procurement, but via an opportunistic seizure during the 1991 Gulf War, when Iraqi pilots fled to Iran to escape coalition forces during Operation Desert Storm. Rather than returning these aircraft, Iran integrated them into its Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Air Force, creating a modest but enduring component of its military aviation arsenal. Though exact numbers remain elusive, estimates suggest Iran retained fewer than 24 Su-22s from this influx, a figure that has likely dwindled due to attrition and maintenance challenges. Today, as of March 2025, these aircraft persist as a secondary, yet symbolically significant asset, bolstered by Iranian upgrades that reflect a strategy of self-reliance in the face of isolation from global arms markets. The Su-22's journey into Iranian hands marks a departure from typical acquisition narratives. Unlike the Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force, which operates more advanced platforms like the MiG-29 and Su-24, the IRGC Air Force has leaned on these confiscated jets to complement its focus on ballistic missiles and drones. Their deployment history remains opaque, with little public evidence of specific combat missions, but they are likely stationed at IRGC-controlled bases, possibly near Tehran or in western Iran, where they could support operations against regional adversaries. The aircraft's role has historically been limited by its age, now over 50 years since its design, and by Iran's strategic shift toward asymmetric warfare. However, recent developments indicate a concerted effort to breathe new life into this fleet, transforming it from a relic of the Cold War into a platform capable of delivering modern precision strikes. Iran's upgrades to the Su-22 fleet are perhaps its most compelling chapter. Facing a scarcity of spare parts and new aircraft, Iranian engineers have retrofitted these jets with domestically developed weaponry, including the Yasin glide bomb, a satellite-guided munition with a 50-kilometer range, and the Sadid 342 precision-guided bomb, enhancing their ground attack capabilities. Most notably, in late 2023, the IRGC showcased the integration of the Arman air-launched ballistic missile, a weapon resembling the ground-launched Ababil missile, at an aerospace exhibition. This addition, alongside claims from IRGC Air Force Commander General Amir Ali Hajizadeh in 2018 that overhauled Su-22s can carry smart cluster bombs and relay drone data over long distances, suggests significant avionics enhancements. These modifications mirror tactics seen in Russia's Ukraine conflict, where older platforms deploy standoff weapons to compensate for vulnerabilities in speed and stealth. For Iran, such upgrades extend the Su-22's relevance, allowing it to strike from safer distances in a region bristling with advanced air defenses. Despite these efforts, the current status of Iran's Su-22 fleet is precarious. With an estimated operational strength of fewer than 20 aircraft, the fleet suffers from the inevitable wear of decades-old airframes and the challenges of sustaining them without original manufacturer support. Cannibalization for parts is likely a common practice, a hallmark of Iran's approach to its broader air force. While the IRGC Air Force maintains the Su-22s for secondary missions, the IRIF has begun integrating newer Russian platforms like the Su-35, signaling a shift toward modernization that leaves the Su-22s as a stopgap measure. Yet their persistence underscores Iran's determination to maximize every asset, a necessity born of geopolitical isolation. Recent activities, such as the December 2023 exhibition and reported testing of the Arman missile in 2024, highlight ongoing investment, positioning the Su-22 as a niche tool in Iran's military posture amid tensions with Israel, the United States, and Gulf neighbors. To assess the Su-22 fleet's standing, a comparison with similar competitors in the region is instructive. Israel, a primary adversary, operates a vastly superior air force dominated by modern US-built platforms like the F-15, F-16 and F-35, which boast advanced radar, stealth and networked warfare capabilities. The Su-22, even with upgrades, cannot match these jets in air-to-air combat or survivability against Israel's layered air defenses, relegating it to ground attack roles where its standoff weapons offer some utility. Saudi Arabia, another regional power, fields the Panavia Tornado, a variable sweep-wing aircraft akin to the Su-22 in role but far more advanced, with modern avionics and access to Western munitions and maintenance. The Tornado's operational readiness and support infrastructure outstrip Iran's jury-rigged Su-22s, though Saudi Arabia's reliance on foreign supply chains contrasts with Iran's self-sufficiency. Turkey, meanwhile, operates the F-4 Phantom II, another aging platform, but benefits from NATO standard upgrades and a robust industrial base, giving it an edge over the Su-22 in reliability and versatility. In this regional context, Iran's Su-22 fleet occupies a unique but limited niche. Its upgraded munitions provide a credible threat against ground targets, particularly in asymmetric scenarios or proxy conflicts where advanced air defenses are absent, such as operations in Iraq or Syria. However, against peer competitors like Israel or Saudi Arabia, the Su-22's lack of speed, Mach 1.7 at best, outdated radar, and vulnerability to modern surface-to-air missiles render it a liability in contested airspace. Turkey's F-4s, while also aging, benefit from integration into a NATO framework, a luxury Iran lacks. The Su-22's strengths, cost-effectiveness and domestic enhancements are thus offset by its obsolescence, making it a tool for deterrence and low-intensity operations rather than a decisive factor in high-stakes conflict. In conclusion, Iran's Sukhoi Su-22 fleet embodies the paradox of the country's military aviation, a blend of ingenuity and obsolescence, sustained by necessity rather than choice. Its procurement through historical happenstance, modest deployments and ambitious upgrades reflect a strategy of making do with what's available, a hallmark of Iran's defense policy. While recent activities signal continued relevance, the fleet's small size, aging airframes, and inferiority to regional competitors limit its strategic impact. Compared to Israel's cutting-edge jets, Saudi Arabia's well-supported Tornadoes, or Turkey's NATO-backed Phantoms, the Su-22 is outclassed, its utility confined to specific scenarios where its modernized weapons can shine. As Iran integrates newer platforms like the Su-35, the Su-22's role will likely diminish, but for now, it endures as a symbol of resilience, a Cold War warrior adapted for a modern battlefield, if only on the margins.